This is the Logitech MX Master 3, the latest and greatest in the Logitech MX series of mice and keyboards. But I own a Logitech MX Master 2S, the mouse that came right before this one. So the question is, what's new about this mouse compared to the old one? What's so special about this one, and is it worth your money? Let's find out with a little review. The MX Master 3 looks and feels a bit different from the MX Master 2S. It got a bit of a facelift, replacing the polygons on the thumb rest with straight lines, making the mouse look a little more edgy, quite literally. The scroll wheel got thick, and Logitech made the right and left click buttons more boxy looking. Overall, the general shape of the mouse is similar to what it was before. If you used any MX Master mouse before, you'd probably be fine switching to this one. The MX Master 3 is just more, well, businessy looking than the 2S. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I'll leave that up to you. The MX Master 3 has a USB Type-C port, which means you can use your Android phone charger or iPad Pro charger with this if you have to, which is a significant upgrade because it's such a common port now. The body of the mouse is still rubbery feeling, and the shiny underside is a hard feeling plastic. The back has 3 different buttons for 3 different Bluetooth connections, and there's a little USB dongle in case you don't have Bluetooth, but who doesn't have Bluetooth this day and age? Come on, guys. The mouse has a nice heft to it, and I found using it all day to be a generally comfortable experience. It feels nice and glides across my desk mat, my chair, my laptop, all really well, and I felt no fatigue using it for your typical 8-hour work week. The mouse has some interesting features, like the scroll wheel, for example. When you're scrolling slow, it behaves like a regular scroll wheel. You feel a little bump every time it scrolls on the screen, but when you speed it up, it can freeze scroll. The button in the middle of the mouse toggles it between the setting I just mentioned and a free scrolling mode, where even if you scroll it slow, it'll free scroll. When I first used this mouse, I immediately noticed that the scroll wheel was quieter than the previous version. Then there's a hidden button where you place your thumb on the mouse with a tiny little bump to tell you, hey, I do something, so press me. When you hold down on it, it gives you the ability to do a couple of different actions based on the direction you move the mouse. The 2 side buttons are forward and backward buttons, and they can also be changed to undo and redo buttons depending on the program you're using. The side scroll wheel is also super useful and does exactly what you think it does. Side scroll. Duh, but it's a nice luxury to have over not having it for sure. It's free flowing but stiff enough that you won't get very far by trying to just free scroll. Then there's also Flow, the feature that lets you move your mouse in between different computers and copy and paste files from one machine to another as if they're just on one computer. It's really cool and can be a lifesaver if you're someone who uses both a Mac and a PC, or a Mac and a Mac, or a PC and a PC. Pretty much anyone who uses more than a single computer at a time. It's fantastic. Sure, there are other programs that can do this, but this one is baked straight into the mouse. It has support for 2 operating systems and allows you to transfer files across multiple operating systems. It's really nice and comes in handy, especially for me who uses both a Mac and PC in my day-to-day workflow. Now, those are a lot of features that make the Logitech MX Master 3 great. But I tried really hard to find things that I also didn't like about this mouse. So bear with me here. I might come off as a little nitpicky when it comes to this, but I think the old design looked better. The 2S looked cool and had this sort of, I got a fancy mouse, but I'm still a little fun. The new MX Master looks like it's grown up and lost all the creative pep. It looks kind of boring. Most of the features found in the MX Master 3 is already found in the MX Master 2S. Things like Flow, the free-flowing scroll wheel, are things that the 2S had that the MX Master has added to. The MX Master 3 made the scroll wheel quieter. It added a USB Type-C port, and it changed the design. That's really the only major changes to it. The battery life is similar, roughly 70 days. The same 4000 DPI, has the same switch between 3 different devices. So just know that while it looks a bit different, it's still a very similar mouse to the old model, with some refinements, of course. If you prefer a mouse with a similar feature set with Flow and quick device swapping, the MX Anywhere series might actually be what you're looking for, if you're looking for one that's so much smaller than something this big. But if you already have an MX Master 2S, I'd honestly just keep it. If you're looking to jump into using a premium mouse, I'd start right here at the MX Master 3. It really is a great mouse. Just like the 2S before it, I find it really hard to use any other mouse for productivity. It's a really nice mouse that I personally can't recommend enough to people. It is a bit pricey, so if you don't care about the minor improvements or you like the old design better, get the 2S. If you want the best overall mouse, I'd start looking at the MX Master 3. Anyway guys, what do you think? Would you consider the MX Master 3, or do you think the 2S is better, or are there just other mice options out there that you prefer? Leave that all down Leave that all in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.